Should your next car be an electric vehicle? The main points in favor of buying an electric vehicle are low maintenance costs, lower running costs, no fuel, no emissions, the convenience of charging at home. On the other hand, these must be weighed against range anxiety, limited recharging infrastructure, and upfront costs. When making a decision, in my opinion, the most important criteria normally would be the range an electric car is able to give. Why? Because this will be an electric vehicle, and while an internal combustion car can be refueled within minutes, the fuel of an electric vehicle, that is the charge in the battery, takes a prolonged time to fill. Electric vehicle fast chargers typically take about an hour to charge the battery of an electric car. So if you compare just on this one issue, the internal combustion engine wins because of its sheer convenience of refueling. So the range an electric vehicle gives between charges is a major factor to be considered. You would need to decide what is the range you need in your electric vehicle. A car which is used only for city driving would need less range than a car which is planned to be used for long distances on highways. A large network of charging stations for electric cars has yet to come up in India. On the other hand, internal combustion engine cars have refueling stations around every corner. Having said that, one must also consider that potentially we have a charging station in every home. If you want to wait for the infrastructure for charging stations to come up, then you should not be buying an electric vehicle at this point of time. However, if you feel that it is possible for you to set up a charging station at home, which is for slow charging, just a matter of plugging in to a 15 ampere electrical point, then in that case, your range anxiety is misplaced. For while every home is not a refueling station for an internal combustion engine car, it is a refueling station for an electric vehicle. Electricity is being delivered to every home, unlike fossil fuels. So, if you are convinced that you will be able to charge your electric vehicle every night when it is parked at your home, then buying an electric vehicle as your next car becomes an option which you may like to consider. The next issue is how much do you drive on an average day? If you drive your car 1,000 kilometers or so per month, it means that your car covers 30 to 40 kilometers per day. If you drive your car 2,000 kilometers per month, then it covers 60 to 80 kilometers per day. And if the monthly distance is 3,000 kilometers, then it is 90 to 120 kilometers per day. As the starting range of electric vehicles today is around 200 kilometers, it follows that an electric vehicle may be considered as an option for the next car by someone who drives less than 2,000 kilometers per month. If you are unable to charge your electric vehicle at a place other than your home, you would like to buy an electric vehicle only if your need for range is less than 100 kilometers per day. Of course, with time, as office parking lots install charging points, charging outside of your home would become much easier. As of now, the only assured charging point you may have for some time is the one you install at your home. This must therefore be a factor in your decision to consider buying an electric vehicle as your next car. Electric vehicle range starts from about 200 kilometers and goes on up to as much as 900 kilometers for the top end cars. There is a relationship between the range a car gives and its cost. Typically, higher ranges mean higher costs. So the other factor which comes in is how much would you like to pay for the car? For somebody who has been buying the smaller hatchbacks rather than luxury cars, the maximum cost may be around 8 to 10 lakhs. Typically, an electric vehicle version of a car costs 40% more than the internal combustion engine version. So you're paying more to start with. Undoubtedly, the running cost of an electric vehicle will be lesser than an internal combustion engine car. This may offset the higher initial cost. Handling of a car, the ride and comfort, brake design features, and safety features are also important design parameters of a car. These can be imported from internal combustion engine variants and used more or less as they are. In the internal combustion engine car, the most important part is the engine, as it is expensive and has a life, which means it may have to be replaced after a certain amount of usage. In the electric vehicle, the electric motor can last longer and is not the most expensive part, but the battery is. The battery of the electric vehicle would need to be replaced after 6 to 8 years, and it will be expensive to do so. So, this is another factor you must consider. It also follows that the resale value of an electric vehicle will be decided by the amount of life left in its battery. One interesting feature of the electric vehicle market is that it has a number of startups which are offering electric vehicles alongside of the main manufacturers. This has become possible because of the ease with which an electric motor can be designed into an electric car. However, a key challenge startups face is developing the capacity to manufacture electric vehicles at scale needed by the market. Mainstream manufacturers do not face any such problem as they are already in the mass manufacturing market. Further, technologies like car suspension, transmission, steering, braking, and safety features are well refined and available with mainstream car manufacturers. This issue may impact the after sales service capability of a car manufacturer and may therefore also be another factor while deciding to buy an electric vehicle. Let us consider the cars for a range between 200 kilometers to 500 kilometers available in India. Tata Nexon EV, MG Comet EV, Tata Tigor EV, Hyundai Kona Electric, MG ZS EV, Mercedes-Benz EQX, and Audi e-tron GT lie in this group. The cost is ranging from 8 lakhs to 1.7 crores. The Indian market is very sensitive, and any car giving a range of more than 200 kilometers and offered at a cost of approximately 10 lakh rupees or thereabout is likely to attract buyers in numbers. However, it must be able to offer comfort, ride, and interior similar to an internal combustion engine car in its range to attract customers in numbers. Remarkably, homegrown designs are being offered by Tata Motors and Mahindra. This for me is a matter of rejoicing. If these brands are able to take on the competition in the Indian market from international brands, then they will be able to offer their electric vehicles in the global market. This is something one will follow with interest. One of the main challenges that electric vehicle manufacturers face is how to increase battery capacity and battery efficiency. Getting battery efficiency higher than 16 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers is proving to be a challenge. Battery sizes of cars are restricted by the size of the car itself. Therefore, the range of the car gets restricted. So, returning to the original question, should your next car be an electric vehicle? Well, the answer to that is certainly if you are looking at driving from up to 1000 to 2000 kilometers in a month and you are using the car within a city for daily commutes. This is a good time to consider buying such a car because you will be able to use it by charging it overnight every day. And technology is improving. So buying an electric vehicle as your next car is going to keep becoming an even more attractive option. Overall, the percentage of electric vehicles on roads worldwide are going up. Norway is leading the way with 90% of the cars being sold recently being electric vehicles. This is a sure indicator that volumes of electric vehicles on roads of all countries are likely to go up. The main point is, would you be driving one such car?